Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we are going to look at a remote line today from Valken. So this is just their standard remote line with quick disconnect. This is a great setup if people are looking to run a tank on their back, or maybe they have a harness that they can put a tank in. Maybe they have a backpack that they want to put a tank in. Or if you're looking to just maybe reduce the weight on the gun. Some of these tactical loadouts right here, they can get pretty heavy and pretty cumbersome, and adding a tank to that just makes it even heavier. So putting a barrel kit of some sort on the front of here, you've got a special look to it. You've got your loader up here, it's full of paintballs, and then putting a tank on there, whether it be a steel tank, which are quite heavy, or a carbon fiber, large carbon fiber tank, which is average in weight. Removing that section from the gun and putting it somewhere else really takes a drastic amount of weight away from the overall load of the gun. So a lot of people do that when they're in the scenario ball or woods ball, because games tend to take a little bit longer in those particular setups, and having to lug around a gun that weighs 8-9 pounds, it gets heavy. So removing the tank, putting it on your back, or putting it into some sort of pack is a good way to do it, and this is what you need right here. So it's a basic remote line. You've got two ends to it. Your first end over here is going to be the end that connects to your tank. So you have an on and off knob right here. You take your tank and thread it in to that section right there. And when we're ready to play and we want to send the gas through the line and into the gun, we would turn this knob down and pressurize the line setup. Now, if I turn this down and pressurize it right now without this hooked onto anything, it's going to want to whip around like a snake and probably hit you in the head. So don't do that. Don't gas it up until it's on the gun and ready to go. This type of line setup right here does not have a valve built into it where it will stop the gas flow at the end. It'll just come right out. So don't gas it up until you're ready to go. Just a little safety thing there. All right, so we've got our hose. The hose is coiled. It gives it that stretchability, but keeps it compact. So less likely to get caught on branches, doorways, rocks, whatever it happens to be that you're playing inside. Keeping it tidy, you're giving it the ability to expand a little bit. This section right here is what goes into the gun. This is called a reducer right here, and this is your fill nipple. So you've got a quick disconnect system right here. You pull the collar back, and that lets you put the two pieces together. Now, if you just push it like that and don't do anything, when you gas this up, this will shoot right off and hit someone or smack someone. You need to make sure that when you put these two together, after you have pulled the collar back, that you push them together until it snaps into place. Like that. So now I know this is locked down and it will not come apart until I pull the collar back and then bring it apart. Again, just a safety issue. You never want to make or gas up your line unless you know for sure that everything is connected properly. And that goes the same for filling your tanks. When you're connecting to the one-way valve on your tank, you need to make sure that the snap is fully seated. It's the same piece as here that goes onto here, so you don't cause any kind of problems or hurt yourself or someone else. So this part is going to go into the gun, and you can just leave it screwed into the gun. It doesn't need to come out. It can stay right inside there, just like that. So when we're ready to play, we would take our gun, our line setup that is not pressurized, connect it here, snap it together, turn this on, sending the gas through the line and into the gun, and then we're ready to shoot. At the end of the day, when we want to disconnect it, or maybe we want to set the gun down because it's getting heavy and we don't want to be tethered to it anymore, or maybe it's lunch, or maybe you're done, whatever it is, what you would do is disconnect or unscrew the top of this UFA, the fill adapter here, and then you want to shoot your gun without paintballs, without your barrel, in a safe direction. Shoot your gun until all the pressure in the line has been bled out. At that point, you can then disconnect it and set it down. If you try to disconnect this under pressure, you probably won't be able to get it off. And if for somehow you do manage to release this when there's pressure in it, there is a small O-ring on the inside of here that can shoot out. And if it does shoot out, you'll never see it come out. It just will blow out of there. Next time you go to stick these two together, it will leak tremendously. So make sure that the line has been bled out, either from some of these bleed when you undo them, or by shooting the gun and bleeding all the air through the line before you disconnect it. Again, another safety thing. You don't want to try to force that thing off of there and have it pop off, potentially hurt someone or lose an O-ring, and then it doesn't work for the rest of the day. So if you're looking to reduce weight, looking for a easier setup for long games, remote lines are the way to go. Check this one out from Valken. It's just your standard remote line with quick disconnect, available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.